We get angry, number one, for the wrong reasons. Not a real corrective thing. Something entirely different. For the wrong reasons. And number two, then we handle it in the wrong way. Sometimes we do either or, sometimes we do both. And here's the truth. You're going to be angry, folks. It's going to happen. But what's important is what you do with that anger. Anger for the right reasons, properly channeled, can even be useful. But distorted anger, misdirected anger, harmful, created anger, self-directed anger, self-righteous anger will become a destructive beast. So the real beast that lives within us is not just anger. It's this distorted anger that becomes sin. And that leads me into the second thing that I want to highlight for you this morning. If we don't learn to get control of this distorted anger, this runaway anger, before it gets control of us and runs away with us, it is going to negatively impact our lives. And it's going to hurt the things that we treasure most. Our relationships with the people we love. I promise you that will happen. And it will also hurt your relationship with the one who loves you the most, and that's God Himself. We must find control. So how do we control this distorted anger that we have? I think Paul gives us a clue from our passage today. The last part of verse 26. Be angry, but do not sin. Then he says, and don't let the sun go down on your anger. What's important is what we do with our anger. We have to learn to tame that beast that lives within us. We've got to learn to manage this anger, or it will become the beast and it will destroy us. So we have to manage this anger, and we have to manage it right now. You must not let it fester. You must not let the sun go down on your anger. You must manage your anger. And we're going to talk about how to do that in just a little bit. But in order to tame the beast, we have to know where this distorted anger is coming from. We could probably make a long list of things that cause us to be angry for the wrong reasons. But I'm going to give you two sources of anger today, which I think are the most important and the most dominant, prominent sources that produce anger within us. Number one, hurt. That, in my view, is the most destructive source of anger. Hurt. Andy Stanley, who is pastor of a North Point church, a large church in the Atlanta area, wrote a book called It Came From Within. And in it he says that behind every anger there's a hurt. Well, I don't know if I agree with him. Behind every anger there's a hurt. But certainly the most destructive anger comes from a hurt. Unresolved hurt makes us want to hurt others. And sometimes our hurt comes from the anger of someone else that has directed their anger toward us. It produces a hurt. And that generates more hurt from our part and anger on our part. In fact, it was that unresolved hurt in the life of David Danner who caused him to be transformed into the Incredible Hulk to start with. He had that accident. He was all sitting there ready to go when he was faced with the hurt of someone who hurt his family, that killed his family. He exploded into the Incredible Hulk. So hurt is the most destructive source of anger. Number